Well, we are back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back where it all began. That is at VIS Vegkop Stadium, where we have the Interhigh that's taking place. It all started in 2017, where we had the pavilion filled with 5,000 spectators who came, who pulled up in numbers to enjoy the beautiful sports that is brought together by the youth. Well, with that in all regard, Interhigh did start on Tuesday, where we had a lot of events that took place, not only sports, but we also do have culture, all the way from drama to a bit of poetry and to sports that is. We have highlights packages compiled by NTV team for you, so you guys please do enjoy that. First in our lineup, we have the trivia that took place on Tuesday, where we had a few questions, trick questions being asked, fast questions being asked. You know, if it's trivia that's being done, you need to think on your feet. But with, in all regard, let me not say much about that. Let's stay tuned for those highlights.
Good. So, Windhoek Gymnasium, our first category, please. Music. What famous rapper interrupted Taylor Swift's speech at the 2009 VMAs?
I'm Anita Deval from VIS, and this was the second round, the junior teams. I am extremely gladful I had the opportunity to compete in this round, and also we had a really good team that cooperated really well, and I'm really excited and joyful that we won. Thank you. I'm a bit sad that the senior team didn't win, but in the end, it's okay. It's still just fun and games, and I feel like they also enjoyed their matches. I think they were mentally ready, but they didn't choose maybe the best participants, because a lot of them, or there were other good participants that didn't make the cut. But yeah, I think we did good. I think all of us did our parts and studied a lot over the weekend, and we all enjoyed it, so it's fun.
What does NBA stand for? What does the abbreviation NBA stand for?
We feel very ecstatic that we won this round. So hopefully for the bonus round we will also have a good knowledge. Just yeah. Gosh. Obviously a few questions were off guard, but I think everyone read about a little bit of something over the weekend just to prepare ourselves so we can feel confident, and I think that was important. So we were 2 AS learners, 2 grade 11 learners, and I think 1 grade 10. 2 years ago we were here at VIS. We did lose, and then last year we tied, so it's nice to win for once again.
races fed 5,000 people. How many baskets of food were left over? Which singer had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades? Which singer had a Billboard #1 hit in each of the last 4 decades?
Well, I think we got to witness that trivia questions can be tricky sometimes, but you need to think fast and on your feet. If I told you that I could name 3 players from each team in the Premier League in under a minute, would you believe me? Well, yes, it's something that I can do. But up next, we have public speaking. That was also a segment or part of the culture that took place at VIS, where we get to see who our future speakers are, and you guys should stay tuned for that as well.
I give public speaking at Windhoek Gymnasium. It's 2023 and we are busy with this year's Interhigh. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to just collaborate and build a sense of community. So best luck to everyone, but best of luck to my team. Bye!
Starting off with public speaking and debate, with a total of 6 participants for each round in the public speaking, learners from Windhoek Gymnasium and Windhoek High School competed in the debating and public speaking at this year's Interhigh hosted by Windhoek High School.
Just to come up to their standards that they've created for us. Where we don't even have interactions with actual people. Where we talk to people over the phones and we can create.
Learners expressed their strong views and opinions on the chosen topics. Learners from the respective schools were seated in the classrooms to show the participants some support.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Ms. Namugongo from Windhoek High School. We're hosting a culture day today for the Interhigh. Basically, I am the debate, public speaking and poetry coordinator, and I will be speaking a little bit about the public speaking and the debate that we had. The senior debate, the senior public speaking are still going on, so we don't have the results for that yet. However, the junior debates went very well. Learners were nervous, obviously, because they haven't competed against one another, because junior is normally grade 8 and 9, and these are the students that have come to the school the previous year. Debate went well. I unfortunately cannot reveal the scores right now, but a lot of students got personal feedback. They are satisfied with what the judges had to say, and they had agreed that what had happened was what was supposed to happen in the different rooms. I hope the spectators who were watching had fun, and you at home as well.
Will actually come stand on this thing, having a chance to fall and take their neck and just continue speaking? No. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, not to say that I'm crazy, but I just feel like I want to get out of the box. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen from the birth, we are supposed to let me already doing the box.
Hi guys, I'm Kalmarie Klein. I'm from Windhoek High School. I'm at LRC. I did public speaking this year for the first time in 2 years again. I love public speaking in the way I prepare. I don't actually have a method of preparation because I do my best work under pressure. Under pressure, I'm really good at that. And the whole experience here with public speaking was really dope. I got to meet so many people and their perspectives of different stuff, and it was so awesome to see how their creativity could be. My creativity was also put under pressure, and the 3-minute thing where we had to have the unprepared speech, it was something I didn't think I could do, but I made it, and I'm glad the Interhigh experience really helps you and helps you grow as an individual and meet different people and how they see different stuff. Yeah.
Every day we come up here and say, we want to fix what we broke. We want to fix the planet that we continue to harm.
Hi, my name is Peyton Isaacs and I'm a public speaker. I'm from Windhoek Gymnasium and we just finished round 3 of our competition. I started public speaking when I was in the 9th grade, and I started it because I was just really excited to write essays and I wanted another opportunity to do that, really. And people always tell me, like, why the hell do I do public speaking? It seems very nerve-wracking, but I think that it gives you a lot of confidence and you really don't ever get over the nerves. But I think the key here is to pretend that you're confident and immediately things will just flow and flow and flow. And so now we're going to the hall to receive our results and I'm very excited. I really hope we win, but if we don't, that's cool too. I'm very happy to have participated.
You know, having the skill to walk up in front of people and just start talking is definitely not easy. Trust me, I can relate to that. Well, but you saw with the public speaking highlights that we had for you how our learners actually represented themselves, and they did that perfectly to the T. Well, up next, we do have a highlights package for you that is set to give you an insight of who our future Hollywood actors and actresses are. Well, with that, it's lights, camera, action.
Good day everyone, my name is Jasmine Thomas and I play Annie and I go to Windhoek High School. Today is going to be so great. It's been such a long time since I played Annie, but I am totally going to enjoy it with my friends here at school and, you know, just showing Windhoek Gymnasium that we've got culture as well. Thank you so much.
Shay, it's gonna be okay. How about some tea to calm me down? I'll go get it.
You got some cookies over there, Jazz.
Do I look like checkers?
Look, Shay, I know this isn't what you want to hear right now, but maybe the guy just doesn't like you.
But I really like him, Belle. He gets me all nervy when I see him. And he called me pretty the other day. Surely that counts for something.
He called your sweater, Jessie, not you.
In his defense, it is a really pretty sweater.
Oh goodness, at this point, I'll never find out.
Look, Shay, what are we supposed to tell you? Be real. I mean, what am I supposed to tell you? That the love of your life is having a conversation about your canine buddy rather than how you get your hair so shiny.
Hi, I'm Emma Stemman and I'm from Windhoek High School and I'm performing in Annie tonight. I'm pretty excited because it's been a while since we got back into costume and went on stage, so it's going to be fun to be back singing.
Hi, my name is Hadassah Afrikaner. I'm from Windhoek Gymnasium High School and today we completed like the culture evening at DRS and I actually think it was a huge success. I enjoyed performing and like watching the other performances myself. I think it was great, like absolutely amazing, and honestly I prefer culture over sports any day, even though I do sports. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Reese Andale. I also go to Windhoek Gymnasium High School. Yeah, I really like VIS and Gymnasium together. Like I know we're rivals and all of that, but I feel like when we come together, there's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. There's more energy, there's more life, and you see that yes, we may be rivals, but at the same time we can also be friends, almost like frenemies, I guess. You know, tonight, like we sang, like the choirs, we sang separately, and then in the end we came together, and that was probably my highlight of the night. Like it was just really great. Sports, I think we're more competitive. I probably won't support VIS, but yeah, I look forward to competing with them in sports. Culture was great. VIS is a great school, great kids, and it was really fun chilling with them.
Drink nooit weer water en nooit weer! Vandag het ons geleer dat die water wat jy nou drink, dalk al in 'n ander se toilet was. Daai is selfde water wat weggespoel word met. Maar weet wat? Spoel jy so lekker in jou mond rond. Dit is vieslik. Hoekom het ma my nooit ervan gesê nie? Nee, juffrou sê hulle behandel die water voor as 'n drink. Maar jy sluit. Ek dink jy kan alles uit daai water uit kry nie. Ek bedoel, ek het maar gesien dat dryf sulke fyn wit goedjies in 'n glas water rond. Nou, juffrou sê dit is die kalk waarmee hulle die water behandel. Vir my lyk dit na klein stukkies toiletpapier. Presies wat
is Samir Shafda. I am from Windhoek Gymnasium, and I would like to say I'm very privileged to see the performances made by the Windhoek High students. They really amazed me with their poems. It was really a great experience to see them perform, but obviously I'm gonna win. So I'd like to thank the Interhigh week for everything we've done this week, everything that's going to be done, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Well, there we get to see how drama is actually something that's really huge. We get to see that actors and actresses are being made in the buildings. Well, we still have choir groups that have come together to vocally bless our ears, and we have a highlights package that we have compiled for you from the choir that also took place on Tuesday. So please do stay tuned for that.
Hi, I'm Sarah Siture, and I'm the conductor for the Aka Blues, the Windhoek High School a cappella group.
Alright, so what is your favorite thing about this group?
My favorite thing is to see them laugh and prospect the end after every performance.
Okay, and how many are they?
There are about 11 or 12, never more.
Can you describe a cappella for us?
A cappella would be singing without any additional instruments. So it's just verbal with our own mouths, and then we do percussion also with our body part, with our bodies, and with our some beatboxing gets added to it.
Okay, so when did you start and how do you love it so far?
We started 4 years ago, we founded it, and I'm really enjoying each and every moment because the kids just grow in their creativity. It's a blessing.
Alright, so the learners and their creativity, how does that spark yours?
They definitely motivated, and because they get creative, then I also get challenged, and I'm always up for a challenge because it creates new opportunities and ideas.
How long have you been practicing leading up to today when you will be performing?
About 3 weeks. Yes, about 3 weeks.
Okay, and how long does it take for them to grasp a song or a melody?
It depends on the difficulty of the song and how much they need to improvise on it, because many times I also give them some freedom so they can have a choice as to their likings of the songs. However, if it is a song that doesn't sit well with them, then we gotta change it up. So then that it takes even longer.
Okay, so why do you think a cappella, singing, choir, all of that is important for school learners?
You know, it's not all about academics. It's also to look at the children's talent. And if you've got a God-given talent, we don't want God to take it away from them. So we would like to also spark their interest and motivate them in directions where they can also relax. And singing for many, just as for myself, is a source. It's like a source of therapy. So that's our hiding place.
Hi, my name is Raiza Erman. I'm a learner at Windhoek Gymnasium. I'm grade 11 and I'm in the Windhoek Gymnasium secondary choir.
Okay, so how long have you been part of the choir?
This is currently my 4th year, so 4 years in the choir since grade 8.
Okay, and what do you enjoy the most about it?
I really enjoy that we're a bunch of kids that love music that get to come together and just do it for fun. There's a lot of practice that goes into it, but we all love it so much, which makes it even better.
Okay, so why do you think culture activities such as choir are important?
I think culture activities such as choir are important for kids to express themselves within schools with academics and even sometimes sports. Sports is a way of expressing yourself, but for those kinds of kids that aren't maybe that good in academics or aren't maybe that good in sports can maybe find more comfort in culture and expressing themselves there, because I know I have.
Okay, so what would you like to do with your skill or talent for singing?
I would definitely like to, one day, personally for me, I would really love to pursue Broadway and do musical theatre, study musical theatre if I can find a suitable university or college, and then hopefully do Broadway full-time.
Okay, so how long does it take you to practice for you to perform?
For me personally, it doesn't take really that long. I would say if I maybe practicing for like a concert, then maybe just a few weeks, usually just once a week with my vocal coach, just so that I can practice it, renew it, just adjust a few things here and there to get it right.
Well, there we witnessed another beautiful event here at the Interhigh festival that we have going on. But before we do continue, let's quickly see if you guys are tuned in. If you are watching from social media, that's YouTube or Facebook, I need you to answer this trivia question for me. When was the first BIS event hosted? And in the rugby game, who won the Interhigh? When was the first Interhigh event, and who won the rugby game at the Interhigh, at the first one? Let's see if you guys know the answer to that one. But we have everything for everyone here at the Interhigh, as you saw, from choir to drama. And now let's move on to the art exhibition.
Hello everyone, I am Fani Gous. I'm one of the photographers whose photos are represented in here today at our Culture Day at Interhigh. Culture is a very important part of Interhigh. Much like the sport, we have a lot of people taking part here, and we have a lot of people in here busy supporting this sport, and I'm so excited to show you a bit of our art. We will also be having two other artists that have drawings up here, talking to you a bit later. The photography kids' photos. Like you can see, in this corner is my photos. One of my favorite photos is this one right here. As you can see, it is a light painting. That is what it's called. I took it last year at like this big colorful wheel on a lawn exposure, and it gives a very ice frozen feeling. And the photo just below it is my sadly dead dog now, but it is one of the most emotional photos I've took so far. And I believe that the fact that VIS give photography and art as a subject is so cool, because there's some of these kids that are so amazing, and if they had to not have this as a subject, what would they enjoy? But now they have this chance to show the world what they can do.
Hi, my name is Susan van Eden. I school here at VIS and I am grade 9.
Alright, so Susan, when did you begin with art?
I mean, for as long as I can remember, like early memories from like kindergarten, so say 10, 11 years ago.
Okay, and what do you enjoy the most about it?
It's like the creativity of where I can just create whatever I want on a piece of paper or on literally anything if you think of it.
Is art a subject that you have at school? And if so, what is your favorite thing about it?
Yes, it is a subject here at school. And my favorite thing is sometimes we do get interesting assignments and we can just like pour our creativity into those assignments.
Okay, so can you tell us about your art piece for today?
It was one assignment that we did earlier this year in the beginning roundabout, of where we had to draw styrofoam objects like cups and circles and squares.
Okay, so from what grades is art offered at VIS?
I think it's from grade 8 up until matric, grade 12.
Okay, and then how many hours does it take you, or how long does it take you to finish a specific art piece on average?
On average, if it's something simple, it would be like 3-4 hours, but if it's something more complex like an art exam, it would be like 6 hours.
Alright, is there any message that you have for those that are looking to do art?
I'd say just do it. You can start wherever you want in life. It doesn't have to be perfect. Practice makes perfect.
Hi, so my name is Margaret Berger and I'm in 10I.
Alright, hi Margaret.
Hi.
So at the art exhibition, we see your piece. What does it mean to you, or what does it symbolize?
So we got like a topic, we did shells, and it just like shows marine life and the different like shells and like how it looks and the different forms and different colors and textures.
Alright, so with art, how do you enjoy the subject and what's your favorite thing about it?
I love art, it's like one of my favorite subjects. I took it in grade 8 and like 9, and then I took it this year as well. I just love it because it brings out the creativity in you and you learn new things every day.
Okay, so would you like to take art further after school?
Yes, I might study it when I'm done with grade 12.
Okay, where are you looking to study that?
I'm not sure yet, maybe somewhere in South Africa, or I'm also thinking about New Zealand. My aunt lives there.
Alright, so how does your family react when they see the art pieces that you come up with?
I'm not really proud of it because she's not really creative, I guess. She likes to color, but like she's not good at drawing. So she loves it when we like draw things, and she's really proud of us all the time.
Great.
My brother also took it.
Great. What would you say to someone like myself if I'm interested in doing art?
I'll say take it because even though you don't like draw the best, it is also it doesn't always mean you have to draw the best. It just means what when to say draw something, what it means to you. You can express emotion or anything.
Well, some beautiful portraits, some beautiful canvases that we saw there in the art exhibition. Well, it doesn't end there. The big brag is where it happens. The big brag is where learners and the schools get to showcase what they're actually made of before they show us what they're actually made of. This is where we get announcement of the first teams. This is where we get to see who the head boys and the head girls are of the schools. This is where the cheerleaders get to step up and perform for us. And also where we see the mascots showcase who's the better mascot. I know mascots are not such a big deal, but here at the Interhigh, it is definitely a big deal. But before we do tune into the big brag, once more, when was the first Interhigh? If you can give us that in the comment section, yeah, let's leave it at that. But yeah, please do stay tuned for the big brag.
Good day, viewers. We're coming to you live from the 7th annual Interhigh here, which is of course Windhoek Gymnasium against Windhoek High School. We're coming to you live from the Vegkop Stadium at this year's hosts of the Interhigh, which is of course the Windhoek High School. Stay tuned because Hunter Kapofi has loads of action coming for you.
I'm Laval head boy of Vindhoek Gymnasium. And yeah, for this weekend, I'm very excited. It's going to be an awesome weekend. We're just going to, have sport together, fellowship together, and just have a great time. I'm really looking forward to it and may the best team win.
Ek dink ons verwag baie kompetisie en harde games ook. En ons het almal hard voorberei vir hierdie interhoor tussen Gym en VIS. Selfs met die rugby en die hockey en die netbal, selfs sokker en basketbal ook. Ek dink dat gaan 'n groot kompetisie wees en ek dink ons kan hulle wen. Basies regtig.
Goeiemôre allemaal, ik ben Tweede Januari, kapitein van die Tigers, eerste sokkerspan van het Gymnasium. En ik wil het zo zien reddig voor, ik zie reddig uit naar die game, ons weet dat gaan reddig een tougher game wees. Because ons is die reigning champions en ons weet, ons het baie om te verloren, hulle het niks om te verloren, so dat gaan voluit kom. So, ons het al voorbereid, so ons is recht vir hulle. Dank u.
Afternoon, morning ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shipen Njambiko Okuve, Vindhoek High's captain. Well, I think today is a fantastic weekend. We will be facing Vindhoek Gymnasium. I think my team has prepared really well. We have prepared really well. We've trained for a couple of months. We've been up and off the pitch. We've been doing our fitness. We've been doing our technical work. I just want to give a vote of thanks to my coaches. They've been really good to us. They've encouraged us. They've motivated us, even though this might be a first encounter with them as a new team. We played a friendly yesterday against Delta, which we succeeded by winning 2-0. So I think, this weekend will be a great weekend for us, Windhoek High School. Thank you.
Well, we got to see who brings the gears, who brings the energy, and what each school is made of. You know, as I was thinking, since Interhigh started in 2017, who has won Interhigh more? Is it Vindhoek Gymnasium or is it Vindhoek High School? But with that, that's another question for you guys. Let's we've shown you the culture highlights. Now let's take a look at the triathlon that took place on Tuesday, and let's see what was in store for the triathletes at the event.
Good day, viewers. We are, of course, at Windhoek High School for the Interhigh Triathlon. That is, of course, Windhoek Gymnasium versus Windhoek High School. And today's activities in the triathlon will, of course, be swimming and then over to cycling. And lastly, a sprint for the finish line as they of course want to win the Interhigh and the triathlon. Now each team will each school will have 3 teams, and we are going to find out which team is able to come out victorious, which team has that endurance here at the triathlon. Of course, this is the 6th annual Interhigh, and we are really excited to see what fun activities they have in store for us. Viewers, please stay tuned because we have loads of fun coming for you.
Well, a warm welcome from Hancho Day as we are busy with the Interhigh Triathlon. As you can see, the kids, the athletes are getting ready. We have 10 groups of 3 athletes each, and 1 group for VIS. Unfortunately, the senior group, we only had 2 athletes in that group, so that gives us a total amount of 29 athletes. As you can see, they're about to get off and start with the swimming. This was a very intense swimming race, swimming course. As you can see, they had to do 16 laps in the water. I don't think me myself personally I can do 16, maybe 5-4 I can amount to, but yeah, as you can see, the gears was there, the spirits were lively, the fans were encouraging the triathletes to do the most in the waters. Well, after 16 laps, you then get out of the water, then you tap in the second athlete who then completes the cycling, and then the third and the last one is where you tap in the last athlete who now completes the running. That is very intense swimming. The competition is really great here. We do love the Interhigh as it has been around for 6 years. Like Hancho said, it's culture. It is something good for the schools. making sure that it stays alive is very important. As you can see, the athletes marching on. We see the first swimmer getting out of the waters there, tapping in the second athletes who will now complete the cycling. Well, the athletes left the VIS main gate and traveled upwards towards the botanical garden area and en route to the gravel roads behind VIS. A very, very tough route, as you can see here. Coming up the hill. That interval must be hard. Yeah, you have to like get up on your bike and push strong. Representing VIS, you can see there. The Gymnasium not far behind. Athletes coming up in number just here by the hill. Now we're at the gravel roads just behind VIS. Athletes were keeping it cool. Weather's fantastic, nice and cloudy. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. See one of our first athletes coming down there on a good downscale. Here you can see they passed the circle at the St. George's and Parliament entrance. Beautiful competition there. You see another one from VIS there. Passing by Parliament Gardens. Well, we're now getting ready for the athletes that are about to finish the race. They say save the best for last. Well, the interesting factor here was VIS seniors only had 2 athletes in the group, and one had to do 2 of the 3 races, that is, or 2 of the 3. Imagine getting off swimming and then resting for the cycling and then getting back on the road with the running again. It really does take a lot. And he finished in second place on that note, which he deserves high praise for. As you can see here, VIS. Lena's just behind the school here. The gravel road, it's a bit rocky. Definitely a climb. Enjoying that decline there.
Yay!
But you can see that athletes were definitely up for the challenge. All the boys seniors did the course 4 times and the girls did it 3 times. Definitely had a lot of athletes out there. 29 athletes in total. Should have been 30, but one made up for 2. And athletes went strong again. The famous Christus Kirche there. That's opposite the parliament, and then proceeded to go into the school for the labs and the transitional areas there. Well, now that's the action. You see the athletes are tired, trying to catch their breath, and we have Hancho who's waiting on them on the other side to just hear how they feel about the triathlon and how they feel about competing in the Interhigh triathlon. Well, please do stay tuned. Enjoy what we have for you.
Alright, so I'm here with the winners of the triathlon. Of course, the triathlon started off with swimming, all over and onto bicycle riding, and then lastly, it was a sprint for the finish line. Now I'm here with the first team, of course, Gymnasium. They came first, and I'm going to start off, I don't know who to start off with, the runner or the bicycle. I think I'm going to start off with the person that rode the bike because he went before you, all right? So tell me, please first introduce yourself for our viewers.
My name is Roger Surin, and yeah, I was riding for the senior A team, and yeah.
All right, so tell me how it felt like, how was the route? Because on my side, I saw that you guys were struggling a little bit, especially when you're coming up the hill and all of that sort.
Yeah, the climbing was quite tough,
Mhm.
but the downhills were really nice, and we could go really fast down there.
Mhm.
So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Also, I like hills, so the course fit me quite well.
All right, so what is it that you enjoyed most about that whole route?
Going down after the first climb.
All right. Okay, so let me move over to the individual that was running. So I saw you, and one thing about you, I remember that last year, the Interhigh, you were also part of the team that came first. So tell us, it's now your second time in a row. What is it that you do to remain fit and ensure the wins?
Well, actually, I was with my partner Roger Zuren and Quinn Alice, but last year was Liam. We were in a team, and no, I wasn't actually in the first team. The guy who's in the second team, Vegkop, he was in the first team. But no, it was absolutely great. Thanks to Roger Zuren and Quinn Alice for making such a head start. It was absolutely brilliant. And they cleared so much space that we could get the first place.
All right, so just like the bicycle riders, I think it was also or the cyclists rather, I think it was also quite difficult for you guys that were running as well, because when you guys were coming up the hill, also a lot of difficulty, and I saw that a lot of you guys lost breath already halfway, or not even halfway, quarter of the run. So tell me a little bit about that. How was the route for you?
It was absolutely horrible. So we had around 4 builds, as you said at the beginning.
Yeah.
Then we had the botanical garden part, which had a horrible climb of about half a meter of jumps. So you had to run up the up jumps, and then the down part, and then back up the church, the direction of the church, and that was absolutely horrible. My legs were burning.
All right, so you mentioned a bunch of horrible things, but what is it that you enjoyed about the route? Because I'm sure it wasn't that terrible.
Winning.
Winning, he says. All right, so before I let you guys go, it is the 2023 Interhigh. It's the 6th or the 5th one. It's the 6th Interhigh. So tell me, who do you think is going to take it this time, the 6th time?
Windhoek Gymnasium.
Okay, it's conflict of interest. You guys are both from Gymnasium, so I think you guys are both going to say Gymnasium. But nonetheless, it is our winning team here at the Triathlon for the Interhigh. Ek is nog hier by die Interhoor en ek is hier met een van die en ek is hier met een van die fietsryers. Kan jy toch vir jouself voorstel vir ons viewers?
Ek is Bianca Nel en ek is vir die junior meisies gery.
Okay. All right. So, how was the route for you?
Dit was baie lekker, maar die bilte was baie. Die afdraande was ook lekker. Daar was die een afdraande ek geweet daar was 'n draai nie toevallig amper, maar dis okay.
All right.
Ja.
All right, and so this is the 6th ever Interhigh. What are you expecting different from this year? And what number is it for you?
Dis my eerste interhoor. Ek is nou graad 8, maar ek dink ons gaan wen. Ek het 'n goeie gevoeling en ek sien baie uit ook.
Aangezien dat het jou eerste interhoor is, what has been your highlight thus far?
Wel, dis nou die eerste ding wat ons gedoen het, so dis seker die, maar die singery in die oggend is ook baie lekker.
All right. You heard it there yourself from one of our junior riders for the Windhoek Gymnasium. Once again, Windhoek High is still missing in action, but we'll be back with more action for you. We are, of course, still at the Interhigh Triathlon, and now I am with the senior girls winner. Of course, she was one of the cyclists for her team. So I just want to find out from you. Firstly, please introduce yourself for our viewers.
Hi, I'm Dalcia Janse van Vieren.
All right, so Miss Van Vieren, could you tell me a little bit about how the route was for you? Let's start there.
The route was really nice. The climbs were really tough, but the downhills made up for it. And it was a really nice route. So they balanced themselves out because the hills were nice and the flats were nice. So overall, it was a really great race, if you can say it like that.
All right. So I don't even want to ask you what did you enjoy most, because I feel like it was the downhills for you as well, like the other cyclists. All right. So in terms of Interhigh, what are you expecting to see this year apart from the triathlon? Okay, you guys already saw triathlon action. You've also already had cultural activities. What are you expecting from the soccer, the rugby, the netball, hockey, tennis, all the different sports?
Well, honestly, I'm hoping Gymnasium wins because I'm in Gymnasium. But I don't know really what to expect because VRS is really a strong school with their sport as well. And last year it was also close. But I'm really hoping that Windhoek wins this year. And yeah.
All right, so this is the sixth ever Interhigh. So how has your experience been with the different Interhighs, this one included?
Really nice. In grade 8, it was here as well, and it was really nice. And last year I wasn't there because I was sick. But overall, the Interhigh is really like a highlight of my year. Because I used to play netball, I don't anymore because I cycle now. But with the netball and everything, it is a really great highlight for everyone, especially with the people who do the sports. And yeah, it's really interesting and to see how the schools compete against each other.
All right, thank you very much. You've heard it there yourself. The competition here at the Interhigh is getting much more fierce. Of course, Gymnasium is coming in with the wins already. I don't know where VHS is, but they better catch up very soon.
Yeah.
That was all the action we had for you from this triathlon here at the Windhoek High versus Windhoek Gymnasium Interhigh. Of course, it started off with swimming and we went over to cycling, and lastly it was the sprint for the finish line. Of course, I saw that most of Gymnasium's teams came in first, but we'll find out what Windhoek High has for us when it comes to all the other activities here at the Interhigh. From Hancho Kapofi and the crew, it is goodbye.
Well, there you have it, the culture highlight package that we have compiled for you from the Interhigh. I'm sure you guys did enjoy it there. Ancho Kapofi ending us off, and you saw Windhoek Gymnasium winning there towards the end. Well, that's all we have for you now, and also an update from our previous results. We had the under-19s netball where we saw Windhoek High School edge the game 46-45 against Windhoek Gymnasium. So Windhoek High, congratulations for that one. Well, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha is waiting for us in studio to give us an update on the lineup sheets and on the game that's coming up next, the rugby game that's coming up next. We do have 4 games on our roster today for you guys, so please do enjoy and please do stay tuned. We will be back right after the break.